If, while you're doing your studies, if you find that I forgot one, then by all means, shoot me an email and I can add it. George corrected me today on the quiz. I had a typo on one of the quizzes. He sent me an email. We got that fixed in about 5 minutes. So when y'all are doing your studies, if you come across things like that, definitely just drop me an email so I can get it fixed.
George Hewitt?
No. No.
Stop drinking.
Oh, gosh. And then we have more definitions. So Rule 4 is not many pages, but there's a lot of definitions in there. So for you to really understand it, it's learning all the definitions. And then there's also a fair amount of fundamentals. So we know that our fundamentals are always the truths, so the laws of football. And so again, I've got this at the front of the PowerPoint. You can print it off at the house, take a look at it, and kind of memorize those from that standpoint. So section 1, putting the ball in play. Pretty simple, but it's very important. There's 2 options. Start it down. Free kick and a snap. Free kicks, they start the half, and they're after a successful field goal or a try. Following a safety, so that's a type of free kick. If you have to replay the down, that would be another free kick. And then a field goal attempt following a fair catch. We actually had that last year in the upstate. We actually had that in a game. We talk about this stuff, it never happens, and then it always happens. So if we're not meeting one of those 4 criteria, then everything else is a snap. So there's those 2 options. And the ball remains dead if an illegal snap or any other dead ball foul occurs. So you cannot start it down with an illegal snap. That's a dead ball foul. So that is section 1. Pretty simple. Section 2 is dead ball in the end of the down. So we put the ball in play using one of those 2 scenarios, and now we have the ball becoming dead. So when does the down end? I.e., when does the ball become dead? Well, we got when the runner goes out of bounds, we got forward progress stopped, the runner contacts the ground with a body part other than their hand or foot, a live ball touches out of bounds, a legal or illegal forward pass is incomplete or simultaneously called. So an illegal forward pass and incomplete, then then the ball becomes dead. Loose ball simultaneously recovered or caught by opposing players. The ball at rest and no player attempts to secure possession. So when do we see that? We see that on punts. The ball's rolling along. Nobody picks it up. It stands there. Both the team's looking at it. Then that's when we can blow it dead. After a score, obviously the ball would become dead. And if the helmet comes completely off the runner, so not any other player, but if the helmet comes completely off the runner, then that's when the ball would become dead. And that's obviously a safety issue. All right, here's a play. We'll watch this a couple times. Is he down? So we'll replay that. So remember, if any part of his body touches the ground other than his hand or his foot, then he's considered down. He's going. We're going to add. We got an elbow, we got a forearm. Yeah, so he would be considered down. Now this happens lightning quick. I mean, he popped right back up. But yeah, so he would be considered down from that standpoint. Alright, so there's one player that has special considerations, and that's the holder for the place kick. Okay, then this player is unique in that he can have other body parts on the ground and the ball still be considered live. However, you have a good snap, he can rise, he can run, he can pass, he can hand the ball, but he has to get up off the ground first. Bad snap. He can rise to catch it and then go back down. And then or then he can rise, catch it, go down, then get back up. And again, he can do those same things. But that's dependent upon the snap. So if the snap is bad, then he can get up and then go back down. If the snap is good and he muffs the snap, he doesn't catch it cleanly, then he has lost that privilege of being able to get up, get the ball, and then get back down. So if it's a good snap and he just goes through his hands and he gets up, gets his knee off the ground, picks the ball up, places it back down, puts that knee on the ground, now you have a dead ball. So there's some judgment there, and then it's going to happen really fast. All right, so is this legal in high school?
Not fooled to force that one out of bounds, and Derek Tusco was out wide as well.
Mendez made one from 40. This chip shot from 20. It's a fake. It's a fake, and it is a touchdown. It's on the fake. It's Chase Gilder taking the toss from the holder, Gunnar Talkington.
How about Chase Gilder on this drive? We talked to the coaches yesterday. We said,
what does he have to do? Got to get up. Got to get off the ground.
not full.
All right. Dead ball and free kicks. These are non-scoring. If K catches or recovers any free kick, the ball is dead. So is this legal in high school? Can they do that and retain the football? All right, so as soon as he catches it, what, ball's dead, and you have a penalty for kick catching interference. So what's the mechanic on that? And what should you be doing with your whistle? Loudly and repeatedly to kill that. Because the players don't know, the players are gonna keep running. So we've got to make sure that we really kill that. So we so everybody knows the ball's dead. Now what if the ball hit the ground and then it pops up?
Doc, on this,
That was the back
I
of
don't like the back of this.
He still got a bad spot, I thought. Watch him take off.
46. Picked it up at 46.
Yeah, he got a great hustle right there.
He got 10 seconds off the clock.
He should be still. He doesn't be moving around.
Yeah, it's mechanics. And I think on 5 man, I've always kind of disagreed with this on reading it when it says position yourself 5 yards, 6 yards wide of the deepest receiver and then 1 yard up. But I think the reason why they do that in that mechanic is since you don't have the benefit of a field judge and a side judge, you have to see that muff, and you know the ball's going to come down as a back judge, so you don't need to be looking for the ball. Look at your guy, you can see that muff, and then you just need to stay still. So I don't like his mechanic.
All right. So line of scrimmage is right here. Screenshot it. punting, black is punting. Line judge takes off, the linesman is, I don't know what he's doing. So, that's where the clip ends, unfortunately. I'd like to know what happened to the rest of it.
That's the other part, he's in the room. Inadvertent whistle.
Alright, so, mistake number one.
Hold on a second, let's not, go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead.
King ended up with possession of that ball, but what happened was the linesman drifted. And when he drifted, Kay picked it up because he came back behind the line of scrimmage and he blew his whistle just as Kay picked up the ball. And the referee I let just did that inverted whistle. So at the end of that was an inverted whistle. It was a replay of the down at the end of the quarter.
All right, so let's talk about a couple of things mechanically. Maybe you're going to, Gary. but
Well, I was going to point out.
You said the linesman drifted, right?
He went back.
He drifted backwards, right? Why?
There you go, he's going back.
Any linesman, why would you drift backwards?
You don't.
You don't. Why would you drift forward?
You don't.
You don't, right? Line judge, okay, he's got to get downfield a little bit. He drifts a little bit, then he starts going, oh no, I need to get back. But so linesman, what do you want to do on that, Doug?
You want to hold your line and make certain that the ball crosses the line.
Did it?
And it crossed the line clearly, and then it came back. And now your wheels has got to start what can happen. Because if it comes back, you know that K recovers, it can still run it. So that means you got to hold your whistle.
Run it, throw it, kick it.
That also means that if R gets it, R. If R gets it, they can also run.
Yes.
And so you have to be mindful that both foot can advance the ball when the ball comes back on the line. All that's got to go through your
The
head.
ball kicks behind. K kind of touches it and kind of drops it. R kind of goes to pick it up, and that's where they clip it in. So it's very important for the linesman. Just you can't move. Field goal, try, punt, doesn't matter. You just got to stand there. It's very untypical for us to stand there. For some of us, anyway, to stand there. But you just have to stand there and wait till the play develops and ends.
Yeah. You also have to be mindful, and it has to go through your mind. That's a kick beyond the line. Tell yourself, kick beyond the line, untouched by now behind the line, and that's where you get both teams can advance. So you got those things have to go through your mind.
Doesn't matter who touches it, it's behind the line.
Well, if
Beyond the line, it comes back.
it does matter.
Beyond
If,
it come back, it does not matter, except there may be another series of downs.
well, you're right. You're right. You're right.
All right, we good on that? Everybody got that? Let's talk about the signal by the line judge at the top of the screen. Okay, that's last year's mechanic. What does this year's look like? What should he be doing? Nothing. He's got to stand there, hands down by his side. He's not indicating on the line of scrimmage because by default he is. But if that guy was off, then what would he be doing? We'd be punching back 90-degree angle that guy's on the line of scrimmage.
Okay. Good. All right. So that covered non-scoring attempts. Now we've got scoring kicks. So, if it's a free kick, which we talked about, has happened. If it touches any K player in flight, it's dead. If it breaks R's goal line and obviously fails, it's dead. Touchback. Scrimmage kick, in flight, it touches any K player. And it breaks the plane of R's goal line, it obviously fails. The ball remains live if grounded in the field of play, or R catches / recovers kick in the field of play, or K recovers / catches scrimmage kick behind the line of scrimmage. Okay. If a kick touches the uprights, crossbar, R player, official, and deflects between the uprights, kick is good. As long as it doesn't touch K, it's okay. Try. So a try becomes dead if, when R secures possession. And once the kick try is no good, then it's dead. So there is no, R cannot recover it in field of play in advance. K cannot recover behind the line of scrimmage in advance on a kick try. Once that kick try is no good, then the ball is dead. Any questions about when kicks are dead? Alright, section 3. Out of bounds, inbounds. So, a loose ball out of bounds. When the foremost part of the ball, when the ball crosses the sideline, or when it touches a person out of bounds, or a player. So is this ball out of bounds? Yes. We'll come back to this picture in Rule 9. But yes, that ball is out of bounds. We'll also come back to this picture in Rule 6. Is that ball out of bounds? Yes. It's touching the pylon. Remember, the pylon is out of bounds. A properly placed pylon is out of bounds. So if the ball is loose and it touches the pylon, it's out of bounds. If the ball is in runner possession, then it's a little different. It's the foremost spot of the ball when the runner goes out of bounds. So here, he's hitting that pylon with his foot. Is he out of bounds?
Yeah.
The ball is at the half-yard line.
You
Okay?
don't see that.
Right there. Ball's in his hand. He hits the pylon right there. We're not going to, unless we're standing at the goal line,
Yeah.
we're not going to see that. But that's not the point of the picture.
Okay.
So runner's out of bounds when he touches anything out of bounds except for a player or official. So pylon. Touches pylon, he's out of bounds. If I'm standing out of bounds or straddling and he touches me, then he's not out of bounds. Or if I'm trying to tackle him and I'm out of bounds and I touch him, he's not out of bounds. But if he touches pylon, that's when he gets out of bounds. What if he's airborne? So that's the foremost spot of the ball when the runner and the ball breaks the sideline plane. So what would be the result of this play? He's out of bounds.
Don't know yet?
The ball is going to go out of bounds over here. He's not going to. Still shot, okay? But when this ball breaks the sideline is when it will be out of bounds. So there's no goal line extended when you're out of bounds. When you're diving and you go out of bounds and then the ball goes out of bounds, that's the out of bounds spot.
Okay, but when he goes out of bounds, because he's not
Yeah.
out of bounds yet. Just by looking at the picture.
When the runner breaks the sideline.
He's not out of bounds yet.
Correct. Yeah. But compare this photo with the next one. That's going to be a touchdown. So he got the ball inside the pylon. So when they're diving for that pylon, they need to get the ball inside of it if they're in the air.
Wait, the last picture, please.
Oh, the one before?
The last one. All right. The runner's out of bounds. The ball is out of bounds. But if it crosses the line out of bounds, that touchdown?
For him to get a touchdown on this photo,
Can't hear him back here.
I said for this to be a touchdown, he's got to get that ball inside the pylon.
He's got to now go inside.
He's
Can't
gotta get
touch the
inside.
pylon?
Yeah, he's got to get inside. Goal line extended only applies if he's touching the ground inbound.
All right.
Yeah, so he's got to get inside. So on this one, he gets it inside, so you have a touchdown. Okay. All right. On this one, it's gonna be difficult for him to get that ball inside. Goes the way his body's turned. And unfortunately, I don't have the clip of it. I've only got the still shot to show it. All right, ball out of bounds, or in the side zone. So this goes to, when do we go back to the previous spot, or when do we put it at the nearest hash mark? So a runner that's down out of bounds or in the side zone, pretty simple, we go to the nearest hash mark. Loose ball that's out of bounds or in the side zone, we go to the nearest hash mark. And if a ball is awarded to a team in that area, we go to the nearest hash mark. So when do we go to the previous spot? If there's a legal forward pass that's incomplete, so legal, or there's an intermittent whistle and the downs replay, that's when we're going to go back to the previous spot. So on this clip, we're going to go to the previous spot, or we're going to go on the nearest hash. So one on the left hash. Rolls, he rolls, he rolls, he rolls. Don't look at the referee mechanics on this. Throws it out of bounds. So what do we have here? We have a illegal forward pass. So if they accept, we mark it off. We go in. Where are we going to mark that penalty off from? Where he threw it. Yep, where he threw it. Okay, so remember, legal forward pass, if it's incomplete, we go back to the previous spot. Illegal forward pass, it's a spot, the foul. And if that, like there, he threw it outside the hash mark, so then we would go to the nearest hash mark from where that foul was, and back up 5 yards.
Did you run it again? I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, don't watch the referee mechanics.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's not you, Sam.
Wait a minute, what am I going? What am I doing? Any points? Larry, you want to talk about the mechanics on this, or we're just going to?
Yeah, I'll be glad to speak to the mechanics on this play. Let it play and pause when I stop. All right, so referee mechanics on this. Where should you be right now?
Back that one?
Yeah, not there. Okay. Yeah. Now, you're starting at a pretty good bit angle, but you want to, as that quarterback, you read pass, you've got to back out at a good 45-degree angle. You don't need to be in a huge hurry, but you can't stand still, and that was the mistake this guy made. He stood still, and now once you're there, you're done. And so he does the next best thing he can do, which is to continue standing still, but then the play goes out. What if this quarterback steps on the sideline over there? Hope the wing official can help you out with that.
Yep.
But you got to be over there wider than the quarterback, okay? Wider than the quarterback. If it were a left-handed quarterback and you started on the other side, then you don't have a problem, right? Or if the quarterback rolls the other way, you only have a problem. But because he comes right at you, you just got to keep gaining ground.
You almost circle around behind.
Yeah, it's like, woo. Yeah, he's toast at this point. Now he's pointing. What's he asking? Why is he pointing? Okay, so that might give some legitimacy to it. Is there a receiver in the area? We can. It needs to be in the area, right, in the zip code.
It's outside the pocket and across the line of scrimmage.
That's what I was worried he was asking about.
You want to know if it crossed the line.
All right, so to wrap up Rule 4 here. When may A select a spot of free kick or a snap? So when do they have the option of where we're going to put the ball on the yard line?
That's golf. That's golf.
So there's 7 of them.
That's golf.
Try, kickoff, safety, following a fair catch, following an awarded fair catch, after a touchback, and start overtime. That's when they get to make that selection, but it has to be done before when? Ready for play.
Task off.
Say,
Task off. T-A-S-K-O-F-T. Task off.
Task off.
Both.
T-A-S.
Task off. Off.
K-O-F-T.
Task off.
I can never remember the mnemonics, so it never works.
O-F-T.
And where's the play clock? Is it gonna be a 40-second or a 25-second play clock? Be 25.
25.
And can a team call a timeout and then come tell you where they want the ball?
Not, no.
We haven't started ready for play yet.
Yes.
Yes, they can, yes. So as long as they make that selection before they're ready for play, then it doesn't matter if they have to call a timeout, 2 timeouts, 3 timeouts, they can come tell you.
Well, you're right, you have it ready for play, then they call timeout,
Then
now
they
they have
can.
another ready for
Too
play.
late. Yeah, so, but if you blow it ready for play, and then they call a timeout and say, hey, we wanna move the ball, you can't do it. So, it all depends on when they're ready for play was blown. And if the down is replayed, are they able to move it again?
Yes.
Yes, they get the options to move it again. Okay, so you have a fair amount of freedom with that. And so you have to kind of, as referees and umpires, have to kind of remember what's going on there when that happens.
And if there's a foul before the snap, like a false start, then you.
Well, that means they're ready for play would have already been blown.
But for the next ready for play.
yeah, they get.
Yes. So they fall under the replay the down and they can move it, yes. Intermittent whistle. Don't do it.
Keith, come.
So the ball is dead when you blow the whistle. Now the mechanics manual, the fundamentals, the ball is dead 99.9% of the time before we blow the whistle. The play determines when the ball is dead. We've already covered that. But if we should get excited and blow it dead before then that's where this rule comes into play. The options vary depending on what type of play it was. If there's a foul, then you get to kind of ignore the inadvertent whistle and just enforce the foul. And the clock starts with the ready unless B or R is awarded a new series. Is it going to be a 40-second or a 25-second play clock? 25. We stopped it. 25 seconds. If there's no accepted fouls, then these are the options. If it's during a legal kick, a legal forward pass, or a snap in flight, then it has to be from the previous spot. Okay? If the ball is loose after a backward pass, a fumble, an illegal forward pass or kick, the team that has possession. Now remember, the ball is loose, so it's not in player possession, but it's in team possession. Then their options are they can either replay the down, or they take the ball at the spot of whether the player lost possession. So if they choose to replay the down, where do we go? Where do we go to? Where's the ball go? Previous spot.
Garrett, let's talk about the dead ball signal that's been implemented in the new mechanics this year.
Okay.
Is that going to be considered as an inadvertent whistle?
Signal going to be an inadvertent whistle? No.
It's just the signal itself, man?
Just a signal. So if you think he's down, so you kind of come up there and then he pops out and keeps going, and nobody blows a whistle, then that's the ball still alive.
Isn't that a dead ball signal?
That is for us, that's a play clock signal. Play clock. Yeah. But we're not going to blow that dead. I'm assuming the mechanics.
The Saturday rule specifically says, the signal is what it's talking about, and it's a fair question. But what we wrote it is just that, it's something to communicate to the clock operator. The coach is gonna pitch a bitch about it. My player stopped because you gave the signal. But, we we've done this as well. Ask Sherman Hickson about this signal right here and almost stopping the clock.
I was about to ask you
Smart
about that.
record.
I think, you know, Doug Hudson we went on record on me on that thing,
Absolutely.
right there in question. I think you gotta feel, you gotta do the right thing. You know, if players stop because you gave the signal, we gotta do the right thing.
If you give it the, kill it signal and these players stop, without a whistle, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
And the right thing is to,
Well, we need a do-over.
oh no,
That is not the right
oh
thing.
no, that ain't the right thing.
Everybody stopped on the field because the referee gave a stop the clock signal right there. Everybody, including the coaches levitating this far off the field, you stopped the clock. Anybody blow the whistle. That's where Doug went on record. I tell the story again sometime, Doug. It was funny.
Sherman's last game in North Augusta ever.
He cannot go back to North Augusta.
Yeah,
because of
right.
that.
I think there's a difference in stopping the clock and stopping the play. This doesn't stop the play, that stops the clock. It does not stop the play.
Well, when he did it, the defense went
I got you, I hear
just
what
like
you're saying,
that.
yeah.
And I wasn't about to give the offensive touchdown on that play, but we can debate that all day
You're
long.
right,
I
you're
mean,
right.
that's just one of those things that when Larry's the referee or the back judge on that game, we gonna do what's right.
So
And that's
Doug
what-
went on record?
Doug went on record.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Doug went on record.
Weren't you on that game?
He had the summer coach on the sideline.
And the final,
Levitate.
the final inadvertent whistle option here. So if the ball's in running possession, so the team, again, they have the option of replay the down, or they have the dead ball spot. Okay? So those are your three options when it comes to the whistle, the inadvertent whistle. And we joke about it, it's gonna happen. If it happens, if you blow it, don't kinda half-heartedly blow it, blow it, and then make it good, and then we'll figure it out later, and I'll get yelled at by a coach explaining the options, and you will owe me a beer afterwards.
2 or 3.
Depending on who the coach is, yeah. All right, so that concludes Rule 4. Any questions about Rule 4?